I'm Howard Greenstein, and I'm the president of the Harbrooke Group. And Harbrooke Group helps companies understand and adopt new technologies that let them communicate more effectively with their customers. I've been involved as a volunteer, especially with trade associations or industry associations, pretty much my entire career. Going back to even to college, there was an early Mac users group, and I was the student manager of the campus store in the computer department at college. And this is going back to the 80s, but it helped me to meet other people on campus who were using the computers and figure out what they needed, and ended up getting me a job teaching professors at the university how to use computers, both Macs and PCs, way back when I was still a student and they were still faculty. So, and I still do a lot of teaching today. I teach at NYU. So that was an early way to get me started in sort of a career, and sort of being part of this trade association and taught me a bunch of things. The next big thing that I'd say is back in 1994, I was participating in a little bit of an online forum, an early online forum, dial-up, bulletin board type thing, and web browsers were just coming out. It was like early web days, so mid-1994, and a couple of us started talking about this, and we decided to get together. And what we ended up doing was forming the first web user group in America. And 12 people got together the first night, and eventually became hundreds of people would show up every other Thursday night in New York City talking about how to use the web. And big companies got involved. Guys came from Sony one night and they're like, "There's not enough room in the room. Why don't you come to Sony and use the conference room?" So we ended up with a conference room for 250 people every other week, courtesy of them. And as the person who had helped co-found the group, I booked all the guests. So I booked guests from Microsoft and from Netscape and from a lot of early web brands, and it ultimately ended up leading to me getting a job working at Microsoft on Internet Explorer, because I had built up this time in the community. I had done this volunteer work, and when they said to me, "Who do you know that knows everybody and has a really good network of people in New York that can help us figure out what web developers want?" I said, "Well, that's me." And they said, "Great, come interview." And I ended up doing that and working for them for several years. And so that ability to volunteer, create a community and build it, and become somebody who's somewhat central in it, and has good connections, and the trust of the community, was key to my getting that job.